Good day, my people. You're welcome to Baba Data Technologies. I want to teach us how to create website using HTML and CSS. Actually, the class is for beginners. But I believe as time goes on, you can subscribe to the advanced class. Okay, the first thing to have is access to your device, like your PC, your mobile phone, or the device you want to work with. And I believe you have access to one as long as you are watching this video. Okay, you need certain things on your device. You need text editor. We have so many text editors, but the smallest one on PC is called Notepad. And I'm going to start our coding with this Notepad. As you can see, here is a Notepad. Then you also need a browser to view your code. This is where you are going to write your code. Then you need a browser to see the work. So I have Firefox here. This is a Mozilla Firefox. Sorry, Google Chrome, and I also have Microsoft Edge. Okay, I have Microsoft Edge. Okay, let us look at the table of content. I'm starting from Module 1, that's HTML and CSS class for basic. Class 1 basic class. So under this, I will give us the introduction and the data document structure. For the introduction, is setting up the environment, which I've just explained. You need your system. On the system, you will need a notepad as text editor. We have so many other text editors. I will introduce us to advanced one as time goes on. You need a browser. You can either use Google Chrome or you use Microsoft Edge. Anyone you feel like using. Okay. Create a folder for your project. It's a new folder. Let me call it HTML and CSS class 1. Okay, this is the name of the folder. When you open the folder, you see that it's an empty folder. Nothing is inside the folder. Then open your text editor, which is the notepad. Let me cascade this so that you can see it at glance. Okay. And let me cascade the text editor as well so that you can see it here. Okay, I think I'm okay this way. So anything we write here, we are going to use this browser to view. Now this is empty notepad. Save this particular notepad, save as. Then locate the folder. If you don't know how to get that, just go to desktop because I created the folder on the desktop. If your folder is in the document, just go to your document. My own folder is in the desktop, and the name of the folder is HTML and CSS class 1. Open the folder, then write the name of this particular page that you want to save as index. Now don't just save like this. Save with .html. This extension is very, very important because without picking the extension, it's going to save with this default txt. And when you save with txt, anytime you want to open such file, it's going to open with Notepad. When you save with .doc, it's going to open with Microsoft Word. If you save with .jpg or png or JPEG, it will open with image viewer. So extension is very important. Extension for audio is .mp3. Extension for video is .mp4. Extension for Android application is .apt, and for Windows .exe. We need to understand this. So if you say with .html, it means that anytime you want to open such file, it should open with a browser. It's going to open with your default browser. Now save. If you go to the file here, you see that in the folder, you can see that we have a file called index. If you look at the icon of this index, that is icon of my default browser. This is the created date and time. And look at it. We have nothing in the file. That is why we have it 0 kilobytes. Now to open this, just double click. Then this is the page here. It's an empty page, free page. Nothing is inside the page. Go back to your text editor. If you put something here, let's just say hello world. Save it. Save with Ctrl S. Then when you refresh this page, this hello world will appear on the screen. This is the browser, as you can see. I want to change the font of this. This has no meaning anyway. You can just keep on working with your code. Let me continue. Okay, because I don't like this upper case. That is what I want to change. That's why it's changing. Okay, I think this is better. You can see that the hello world on the screen here is now in the text editor, is now on the screen in the browser. So I believe uh, I'm okay with this introduction. That is how to set up the environment. Anything you write in the text editor, I say this is my code. Save it, then go to your browser, refresh the page. You can see it here. Everything you write there will just appear on the screen. Okay, now let us go to the next subtopic under this module 1, which is HTML document structure. On this page, to have a successful code, you need something called structure. Let me delete all this that you need to put on this page. The first line is HTML, less than HTML, greater than. But before I go to this, let me just write HTML on the screen. Refresh this page. You see that this HTML will show. Now, when you turn this to a tag by putting less than and greater than around this text, it will become a tag. Tag is very important. We need to know so many tags. I'm going to teach us how to write the tags. The difference between the tags and the text, you are going to know them. So the first tag here is HTML tag. This HTML tag, when you save it, when you refresh, it won't show again, but it's on the page. Let us look at the source code. This is the source code. As you can see, it is in the page, but not shown. Okay, now this is called opening tag. And the difference between opening and closing tag is that opening tag will not have forward slash, while closing tag will have forward slash. If you want to close this HTML tag, you just write less than slash HTML, then close it with a greater than. Now, this is the opening tag, this is the closing tag. You can just create space between this. It doesn't mean anything. When you press no amount of enter you press in coding will give you space. Just save it. Now, at the top here, we have to declare HTML5 declaration by using less than exclamation doc type, you can put it in capital letter, small letter, then small letter HTML, then save. This one has no closing tag. It's just as simple as this. The function is that it's telling our browser that the code on this page is HTML5. Before now, we have HTML4, HTML3, and so on. But the current HTML language is HTML5 because some things have been added to HTML4. I don't know, maybe you have noticed before. There are some browsers that when you open a web page and the browser cannot interpret the code, it will just change it to something like binary or code that is not readable because the browser cannot interpret. But most of the browsers now support HTML5, and some things have been added to HTML4, make it HTML5. So I'm going to teach. I'm coding with the current HTML version, which is HTML5. So on the page, the first line here, always insert this less than exclamation doc type HTML greater than, but it has no closing tag. But these are the rules of your page. This HTML and the closing tag of HTML. Now, this is the beginning. This is the end. We want to divide this place, this open and closing tag. We want to divide it into two, which is just a human being. You have head tag, then you are going to close the head immediately, slash head. Then still inside the HTML, we have body tag. Then you can close the body with slash body. Okay. You can create space within this head as well. So inside the head tag here, we are going to write some tags, which I will explain later. Then inside the body, we are going to write so many tags as well, which I will also explain in the next class. But for now, this is how to write the structure. Once you have this on your page, you are good to go. Whatever, so there are some things you have to put in the head, but when you put them, they will not appear on the page. But when you put them in, anything you put in the body will appear on the page. So let me just say hello world. Okay. Save it. Then refresh the page. You can see that only hello world is showing on the page. Despite the fact that we still have all these codes, but because they are tagged, they won't show. But on this page, we are seeing this. What we are seeing is in the body. So we have come to the end of this class. Don't forget to subscribe to this link, this YouTube link. Then if you have any question, type your question or your comment or to the comment, or you can give me directly on my WhatsApp if you have access to it. Thank you very much.